Psych.
Thumbnail.
We are live.
There it is.
It's not too
There it is.
intimidating.
Oh my.
On Facebook, I've got a hood on.
Can't hear you, though.
Headphones. Oh, you can't.
Sorry, I forgot about that
so
whole mic. Let
awesome.
me get my hood back on. Facebook, we are going live. We are live right now. We're going to have some fun. We're going to invite you to join us for the first 10 minutes-ish of our podcast. This is usually where we have shenanigans and joy and giggles. Hold on, then we're going to get into juice.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't have. Hold on, Christian. Hold on.
Are we not live? Are we still
we're live.
We are still
We're
live.
still live.
Facebook, we're just going to stay with the ones...
I have it.
We're going to stay with a single shot. They're going to focus on me while they figure out stuff that they've messed up. So they're figuring out their part. We've got Terry to my right, Megan across the way, Christian to my left, and then filming the film is Jordy Long. We call him Lil Snoops.
Lil Snoops.
So join
Lil
us,
Snoops.
Facebook Live.
I don't see the live thing.
We're going to play some music. We're going to dance. We're going to go. And now we go.
It's not on.
The podcast that shows you how to build an amazing
Not
business
yet.
so you can build an amazing life.
So you can build an
Do you have it on
amazing
Facebook
life.
like you're singing?
Momentary pause in case we are live. We're checking to see if we're live. We don't even know if we're live.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, we are live.
We're good.
We're live. We're going back to dancing.
It's on the Boom page.
Holla.
Can you slow dance, like pretend you slow motion?
Oh, you're so scary on here, Tom.
And we back. And we back. And we back. Hey. Welcome back to the Boom Podcast, everybody. Welcome back. I'm sharing. Anytime we try to complicate things, it gets a little dicey, it gets a little suspect, and this time is no different because we are live on Facebook. We are going to be on YouTube with the video. We are podcasting, and it's always just highly suspect and questionable as to whether or not we can pull it off. I think we have technically pulled it off now, but it wasn't pulled off well, I don't think. It wasn't great.
So right up what we normally
Yeah,
do.
so pretty much par for the
We're
course.
shooting par, yeah.
Par for the course. So, welcome. What do you have, Megan?
I've got producer Christian gave me a toy. He gave me a little volleyball to play with.
I don't have a
my little
toy.
idle hands. So
little toy.
we're just playing catch. I might throw it at you at any point in time. So
that's-
watch out.
I just got to be a
It's
little
gonna
heads
be
up there.
dangerous.
Now, you used to be a volleyball star at the
Well.
prestigious University of Evansville. You were all conference Division I, first player, most valuable
Yes.
player.
Went on the beach, won 7 gold medals.
Right. You
yeah.
were an Olympian.
I was. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys-
multiple times.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you guys won bronze in 2072.
Much better.
And that was in Okinawa, if
I think
am not
so,
mistaken.
yeah.
Am I
Yep.
mistaken on
No,
that?
no, you're.
We'll fact check that.
Just-
It's not a
Yeah.
big deal.
Oh, wait,
Check
hold
the
on.
show
Fact
notes.
check false.
Okay, not
Yeah.
quite. I don't think I quite dialed it in on the facts. But the point is, you have played volleyball before.
I have played a couple times.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a
Good.
fun fact. That's a fun fact. And a great start. Welcome to the Boom Podcast team. We do want to connect with you. One of the big things right now, we are live on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, go ahead and start typing in your questions. And we will answer
both
them.
of you. Both of you.
Both of you start typing in your questions, and we will answer both of you, time permitting. And then we're also you can email us info@boomrealestatepodcast.com. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we have Real Estate on Purpose out there in the universe as well. REOnPurpose.com. Oh, Megan, will you silence your phone?
Oh no, it is silent. Nope.
I bet it's not.
Nope, you're right.
I'm
but
hearing
the good
things.
thing is that Todd Ferris is watching us. So
Hey.
you know what?
Special shout out. Go to my camera, Christian. Special shout out to you, Todd Ferris. Love you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, I can hear. Wait, hold on. Wait, I can hear Todd. Do we have the technology on our Facebook watchers? We can hear them
Yeah,
talking.
let me patch him in. Hold
Okay,
on.
patch in
There he
Todd
is.
Ferris.
We got Todd on remote.
Todd, are you there, Todd?
right
Terry,
here, Todd.
Terry.
Oh, I hear you.
This
I hear you.
is the voice of Todd.
Oh, the voice of Todd. Oh, hey,
This
buddy.
is so scary.
Okay. Well, the question is, if you podcast in a vacuum, did it ever actually happen?
Turns
Nobody
out.
hears it.
A couple people are.
I'm not afraid to
Turns out.
podcast for our own benefit.
No,
No,
we'll just
never.
watch ourselves.
As usual. This whole thing is one big ego trip for all of us. We're just make a podcast, don't listen to ourselves talk. It's a good time. Okay, so I'm Terry. To my left is Todd.
It's still me.
Are you going to use that voice the whole time?
I hope so.
Put your hood
I
up
hope
while
so.
you use that voice. It'll be better.
It's good.
Oh, I knocked my.
Oh,
there you
good.
All right, now go back to it.
go. I'm ready to begin.
Yeah, he's got the lowest voice on the
He
team.
does. Well, my.
Let's hear it, man. Go low.
Yeah, Megan, go low.
Let's do the
I was
lowest
gonna do
voice.
it.
Put your hood up. Oh, wait. That's
Oh,
not
I don't
really
really have a
hood.
hood.
What
no,
is
it's
that
like
thing?
it's
a partial-
cowl neck.
Oh, okay. Okay, do it like that. You look like a spy.
I am a spy. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I'm finally telling you. My voice is also very low.
Yes, it is. It is low.
I feel like the things that you guys get me to do on this podcast,
Yeah.
like rival no other thing. Like even in college, you guys have really brought the worst out in me.
Oh, you do that in people.
So just thank you.
Well, that's right. No, we can't really help it. Sorry. Producer Christian, what up, big dog?
Hey, everybody.
Just a little calm wave from
Hey.
Christian.
Christian, you're better
Jordy's
than
here
that.
too. Hi, Jordy. How are you?
Hey, come in.
Little
Snoops.
I love it. Okay, so welcome. We are in the middle of season 2.
Yes.
And if I may say, it's going extremely well.
I couldn't have imagined that it would go better.
Season 1, I think we can all agree, was a massive dumpster fire. And luckily, in
All 150
season 2,
episodes.
it's a 150 episode porta potty is what it is.
Oh, that's so sad.
And now we really turned a corner in these first 6-ish episodes,
Yeah.
7-ish episodes, to where we're actually
you're-
being helpful.
yes,
We're
you're gonna be so
actually
impressed.
we're getting right down to the content.
As you
we
can tell.
always jump right
As
into
you-
content.
We always jump right to it.
Speaking of the
Just
content,
educate,
Brian,
educate,
Rachel,
educate.
Lucia, Lucia, I used to manage her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be watching podcasts, Lucia. You should be out selling homes.
You should
Never
either be
listen to
selling
Chuck.
homes or making a podcast. That's all you
Those
have
are your
time
two
for.
options.
Those are your two choices. That's it. Okay, well, welcome. Welcome.
So fun.
But we're in the middle of season 2. We just finished talking about in the last ep, we were talking
Yes.
about buyer systems. And we were pre-contract, right? So we did the consultation, we did all the pre-work, we did the consultation, we did the post-consultation work,
Yes.
and we did the pre-contract work, which involved showings, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, today, we're going to talk about how, guess what? We're under contract.
Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
look at us!
Yes.
We have a
Yay!
pending
Oh,
sale
happy
on the
day.
board. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day!
Oh, happy day. All right, we got to stop or we'll have to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
pay royalties. We don't do that.
Monies.
But listen, you're under contract.
Okay.
Your buyers found the right home, so it's go time.
Let's do this.
It's game time.
We're ready.
It's a big time.
Did you guys ever, just because we're about to kick this off, quick question of the day, and this can go out to anybody that's in our listening audience right now that's watching us on Facebook Live. Do you have anything, like rituals or anything that you did? Like, so say you were in sports, Megan
Yeah.
played volleyball. Did you have like a song you listen to get pumped up? If you're going into a listing appointment, are you listening to something? If you're coming home and you're ready for somebody to get mad at you, do you listen to something in the car? I don't know. That was a weird one.
A what?
That was a weird one. That would
Is this
never
a
happen.
thing?
Never. Do you have like something that you do to just pump yourself up for the moment?
Do you, Megan?
I probably. I mean, music is big.
Yeah.
And depending on what else, maybe a little like peace out time, a little meditation. But it used to, I mean, food kind of plays into that a little. Like I remember getting ready for games, any sport that, was like, what are you going to eat when?
Yeah.
Like the day before, the morning, the
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah.
And then warm-ups, which were like 2 hours long.
Forever, yeah.
And then music, yeah. Some great stretching.
So you need like 4 hours of music to pump you up.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's right.
I need a lot,
It's
and
a
it's
slow
different
burn.
moods, and
It's a
depends
slow
on what
burn.
you need it for.
That's it.
But yeah, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I would, when I was in the on-deck circle in baseball, I would always get 2 bats.
Yes.
And I would loosen up some nice, easy swings. First couple of pitches, I would swing both bats at full speed, right? And then
you're not in the batter's
on
box.
deck.
no,
yet.
no.
Okay.
This is on deck
I
circle.
thought you brought him up too.
I'm getting pumped up.
Yeah.
And
I thought
then
you were saying the first 2 strikes, he was as hard as he could.
no.
With 2 bats.
No, then I would toss one bat aside and take the rest of my cuts with a single bat. And then when it was time, I'd dry my tears and I would get right in there. And I would still be scared, but I would dry those tears and get on it.
And do it.
Yep.
Jump on it. That's
Okay.
right. So that was
there
my
a song
ritual.
playing in your head as you walked up to the mount or to the base?
Put me in, coach.
Plate? Yep. Okay.
That was
Okay.
Let
Okay.
me
Psych
have
myself
one
up.
bat.
Psyching
Okay.
myself up. Actually, that's really the truth because I would always get DH'd for. Always. I was a good fielder and not a great batter. And so we'd throw. This is really the warm-ups, how it really went. We would throw, we'd loosen up our arms, I'd jog into the dugout, and that's when they would have the lineup. And I
Yes.
would go and be like, find it, 8th spot, Wagoner / Bevins, who's batting for Terry today. Dang it, I'm playing shortstop and I don't get to
Bevins.
hit.
So disappointing.
I'm telling you, not good.
Not
Okay,
good at all. Not
so
good.
that was that's my
Shed my
illustrious.
tears.
Eric Cavalcanti,
Career.
thanks for joining us. Facebook Live. If you have a song that you listen to before we play basketball on Monday nights, what is it?
Nice.
Share it with us.
What
pumps
pumps
him
you up?
That's
That's
it.
right.
Okay, so we're under contract. It's really super important now.
Oh,
You
we're
like
at 10 minutes. I think we're cutting off.
okay? All right, so we
We're
saying
dropping
bye to
it.
Facebook.
Yep.
All right, tell our Facebook
I'm
people
gonna
bye.
be, did you cut them? Did you
no,
cut
right
them? Or I'm gonna tell you my song real quick. In college, before intramurals, I would do the.
Your face.
I love it.
Talking all the Facebook. Hey, Facebook people.
Listen.
I would listen to that song that was I think it was like Blue something, but it was
Lose
like,
Yourself?
Would the,
Eminem?
would the worlds collide?
Oh,
You
yeah.
ready to go? I'm ready to go. Baby.
Who was that?
That was my song. That was my jam back in the
That was
day.
a good rockin'
was a
Before I
good
go
jam.
play intramural frisbee.
Nice. You were ready to get him. You were angry about it.
That's
All right.
Okay, bye, Facebook people.
Facebook Live, we're
Bye,
cutting out.
friends.
We're going to let you go, and we're going to continue to record the podcast.
Yeah, we have big
But
secrets as
let
soon
us
as you
know
go
what
away. I'm
pumps
excited.
you up. Put it in the comment
Yes.
feed, and we'll
Bye.
reply later. Love you.
All right, are we done with that, Christian?
We're done.
Man, I'm glad those guys
Regular
are gone.
listeners.
I am so glad those guys are
back
gone.
to
I know.
guys.
It's like
That-
they just stare at you the whole time.
That was really crappy and awkward. And now I'm just happy, frankly, to get
Yeah,
back
we're
into
back
our
to the
regular.
How do
podcast
you-
audience.
yeah, okay.
which are
Oh,
friends.
guys, thanks for. We feel like we need to do that sometimes, but I'm sorry. I didn't.
Now Todd's he's gonna really clean up his hair and just try to feel good about himself.
Oh, let's settle in.
Got
Yep.
that
I'm
Macaulay
Take my
Culkin.
Let's
shoes and
see.
socks off now and
look.
just kick back with our regular listeners.
Right? Hey
You
guys,
got that Home Alone Macaulay Culkin.
I would like to see who could have the highest hair for the rest of this podcast.
Okay.
Oh, you got
Okay.
kind of like
I
your
just
bow
kinda
on the
know.
back.
just pronouncing
I'm gonna-
we're
myself a
gonna
loser.
have to race through our
See.
content.
I know.
gonna be Todd.
Guys, I promise we're gonna tell you something important
not
about
going
real
well.
estate. I don't know.
All
What's
right.
that?
You wanna
Single
take-
shot.
Single
I'm
shot.
For
doing
those
good.
of,
Okay.
that are on
Cycle through.
YouTube, if you're
Okay.
watching, if you're not watching on
Terry.
My
YouTube,
hair's the
Sorry.
same.
we've gone to a single shot of Terry. His hair looks about the
Oh,
same.
Todd?
That's an impressive
Mine
That
looks like I
is
haven't showered in
actually
4 days.
Whoa,
That's accurate.
How's
samurai.
this?
And
How do we feel about
Megan's
this?
Got the man
got a
bun,
big bun.
And
I've
I
got
just
a
gave
big
up.
bun.
She's got a single
and
bun.
Christian didn't try. Okay.
All
Okay.
right,
So
okay.
for the third time, when
about
you're
stuff.
under contract.
Okay, let's.
I think
It
that's
is
I
time
think that's a
to-
record. I think we're at 13 minutes and no content.
that's
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
that
amazing.
is-
All right, we're
Now
gonna
we
have
race.
to we're gonna have to rush through this.
You
All
don't
right,
want to
guys,
listen to this
we're gonna
twice
get
over.
it to you. It's just gonna be fast.
So you've got to have systems in place. This is a big deal now. This is where you
Yes.
don't want to have any balls dropping, and you want to make sure that you are on the ball and make sure you check all the boxes so that everything is done. So you're giving awesome service to your
Yeah.
clients, and so to do that, you've got to systematize this thing so you do it the same every time, and
right.
nothing gets undone.
Love
Okay,
it.
let's
Boom.
do it. Todd, let's start with offer time. Let's go.
Let's do it. Clients telling me they're interested in a house. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Well, the first I'm actually going to tell them is, hey, I'm going to explain the type of market. Because if it's a hot market,
Yes, good
we
point.
may not go back and do the research. We may just have to write the offer and then do the research later. But what you typically want to get into is the habit of running CMAs. So CMA, comparative market analysis. You guys may, in your in neck of the woods, maybe you have a different name for it.
Yeah.
But that's what we call them around here, CMAs. All right. And this should be all templates, tools. You should have a provider that does this for
Yes.
you.
Oh, yeah.
We use a system. Our MLS uses Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
and that one does all our CMAs for us. It makes it really easy. So you're gonna rock a CMA. We're not gonna talk about what that is today. If you got questions on us, hit us up.
Yep, yep.
Boom. Next, you're gonna conduct an offer consultation. So we try to be seamless. We try to be virtual. We really want to be efficient with our business. I used to have to, like 11 years ago, I would have to go drive to
Yeah.
some home and explain the process, and it'd take 30 minutes for me to drive there, and then then I go through the whole thing. We don't have to do that anymore. We have GoToMeeting, virtual meetings. You can just do a phone call. Some of the easiest things to do is you send them a blank offer form, and then you get on a phone call and you just walk through it on your phone. Or, like I said, GoToMeeting has free opportunities there where you can basically all jump on the same thing. You can share your screen and you can
just
say,
go
okay,
through
right
it.
here, this is what this section means. How would you like us to fill it out? All right. So be virtual, be efficient.
So you're telling me there was no electronic signature when you started in real estate? Or was it brand new?
It was
or?
probably just coming into so this would have been
common practice.
2008. So I'm sure it was out there somewhere, but it was not
Yeah.
widely
Widely used,
adapted at all. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
You were faxing. And
Oh, did you do
scanning
faxing?
We were
things.
still
and
You
faxing
could
a little
scan.
bit.
I
We
mean,
were
you were
scanning was big, but
yeah.
a little bit of
I feel
fax.
like scanning
but
was
scanning
probably
was,
the thing.
Yeah,
you would
But
fill
you
it
had
out
to meet-
handwritten,
yeah.
and then you'd scan it, and then send it via email.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was crazy.
That is crazy.
Which is
insane.
funny because like we're talking like that's crazy, and then there's other agents that are like, we didn't even have fax.
Right. We had to go get the
walk
key
offer
from the
over.
office.
Yeah, get the keys, all that stuff. Okay, well, it's
Okay.
happy to
Stick
be
in a FedEx envelope
2019.
Yeah.
Overnight it.
Yeah.
Overnight it. That's crazy. Okay.
All right. So next, so you've done your offer consultation. You basically walk them through it. The next thing you do is obviously prep the offer. So we use Dotloop for our signature service right now. You guys might use DTR, which is DocuSign Transaction Rooms. Anything you want. But again, we want e-signatures. You don't have to get wet ink. We don't want that. So just stay really organized. Use those tools. Pay for them because they're going to buy you back a lot of time, which is even better. Lastly, you're going to submit the offer.
Oh,
So
can I
you-
ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Are there things that you still need wet signatures for?
Every
Are they
once
closing?
in a while,
Maybe
lenders.
closing stuff? Or?
Closings for sure. There's only a couple of title
Yeah.
companies and lenders that are allowing digital signatures, but most lenders there will be like one document. They're like, sorry, we have to have a wet signature on that.
I feel like, isn't that the same for HUD deals? I've only done,
Thanks,
it's been
yeah.
a long time, but some HUD deals, I
Yep.
think you have to have a wet signature
It's the
on
only
too.
time I've ever run into it, except for at closing. You know that
Right.
everything has to be signed, but it's been like foreclosures and
Yeah,
banks. You know,
yeah.
they have
Yeah.
certain processes. So,
All right,
yippee.
so we've got the offer all ready. Now you got to submit the offer, and when you submit the offer, the best systems to use are the ones where you get the same thing. So you submit your offer, your pre-approval letter, your seller's disclosure, lead-based paint. All that stuff is in one form, and if you have a template in your, like say Dotloop, we use Dotloop, you could just have a template set up
Yep.
that says, I need these forms.
Yep.
And if you are training new agents, you're creating a team, there's nothing better than just having these templates set up for them so they can walk in and basically seamlessly do an offer on their first run.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you probably shouldn't. You should probably hold their hands a little more than that, but
It's in there. Just
yes.
do it.
Go look.
Yes. And then the big thing is your clients. Remember, as you get busier with business, this becomes old hat to you. You submit an
Yes.
offer
Right.
and you're like, okay, I'm going to go play poker.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know why you do that, but that's what you do.
Okay.
All right. But your buyers are on pins and needles. Like,
are.
this is huge for them. And
Yeah.
we forget about that sometimes when you become really experienced in this. So just remember that and make sure to stay in communication with them. Lots of gifts, lots of memes,
Yep.
lots of texts. Hey, haven't heard anything back yet. And you're going to want to set reminders for yourself so you don't forget to do those things too. Because every once in a while, you don't hear from that agent and your
Yeah.
deadline's approaching and your clients are like, what the heck's going on? And in the meantime, you're wrapping up that 24-hour poker game.
Yes.
Right. That's right.
It's an intense game.
We've all been there.
Online pokering.
That's good. So Todd is exactly right. You got to keep that buyer in the loop. You've got to set those expectations prior to each step. People need to know what the next step is, or
Yep.
what they can expect to hear, or when they can expect to hear. What's normal? Like what's a typical timeline? Just over communicating is such a massive deal, and I
Yes.
think that, like Todd said, the more you do it, the more you forget because you're used to it, even though the client is not. Now you have something going on with your hair right now, Todd, that is absolute next level. The front is laid down almost completely, but the back is still competing in the highest hair contest and winning. So that is
It's kind of like an
incredible.
upper hair mullet. I feel like if he were to have receding hair and like lose top, that
Yes.
we would be starting to see what
This
that
is
would look
almost like it's almost like he's got plugs.
Do you ever-
well, not
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Do you ever
Not
try
now.
to imagine what you look like bald?
Well, that was just doing it. You were just doing it.
It was better before. It looked better before.
Oh, yeah, you got to use a...
Yeah, use that as like a headband. Yeah, yeah, that would be.
That's not bad. I could do a man bun.
Well,
that
no,
does
no.
give you an idea
Now
of
you
the
just
man
look
bun.
like a
No,
soccer
because
player.
there's like no hair and then hair. You can't do the no hair. Just like it's there, it's not. It's okay if it's not.
That's
Yep.
you. That is
That's,
It's
I
nice.
mean, that's
Terry,
an
do
attractive
yours
look.
again.
That's an attractive.
I have
don't
been
think I can
thinking
really
about
do
the
much.
man bun with the beard. It's like I'm kind of fashion forward and I'm kind of masculine. But then I remember I have gray
see, I
hair
look the
and I don't
same.
look good in a man bun.
I look the same no matter what I do. Always. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
You have
Not
a
in
little
a good
temple,
way.
right? Like
I do
it
have
just
a
kind of
little.
comes
It
to a
always
point.
does, yeah.
Sorry.
Points out. Okay. All right.
It's fun.
All right, so let's get to that accepted offer,
Yay.
Megan. I think we just heard back, and it's good news.
So happy.
It's good news.
This is the best part. All right, so we have an accepted offer. Yay.
Yay.
So the first thing you're going to need to do is definitely enjoy it with a little celebration. Like Todd mentioned earlier, gifts are your friend.
Yeah. So what do you do when you find out that their offer was accepted? Do you call? Do you text
Ooh.
gifts?
Yes.
Do you send balloons? Do you fax over a nice message?
Yes, right. Your face.
What's the move?
If it is the appropriate time of day, I'm calling
Yeah.
and celebrating. If it's too late at night, I might do like a quick video or a gift just so that, because you never know what they're doing staying
Yeah.
up and
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if it's like 2 a.m., it's unfortunately got to be an email, but usually it's a phone call or a text or video.
Yeah.
So,
I
for sure.
saw a lady that did this. One of the agents do this, and I want to incorporate it more. But she basically would, and I don't know if she did it with everybody. I just saw one, but somebody got an accepted offer, and so she set up her phone, and then basically she did a dance, and she's like, "You know what this is? It's
Yeah.
the you got an accepted
That's
offer dance."
funny.
Yeah, that's pretty
Like,
good.
kinda broke it down and
Aw.
stuff, and then they shared it across, the
Oh,
web.
yeah.
Oh, that's adorable.
Became a big thing.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
super cute.
Super
Mm-hmm.
good,
Super
kind of like
sweet.
my hair.
I'm going to start.
I can't even look at you.
I know, I
All
love you
right.
so much.
Back to you, Megan.
For better or worse, Todd.
It's worse. It's worse.
Okay, so you're sending out your congratulations communication, whatever that may be, however you do it to your buyer. Then you're going to take your paperwork and you're going to start turning it into the office. However you do that, you probably have a system for that as well. Maybe it's to your EA, your transaction coordinator, your office admins, whoever that is. Make sure that you are getting them that information. Now, how to get them that information? We have a template, an email template that we use to share that with our transaction coordinators and our office managers. So if you ever want a copy of that, again, we'd be happy to send you our templates so you have them. But it says, hey, here's all the pertinent information you need to know for this transaction. Yep. Everything is up to date. There's the paperwork. So you've got a nice, clean system. You don't forget things. You want to that you might forget, like where's the title company, who's the lender, when do you want to close. Those things you can set at the very beginning with your email template. So second thing you're going to do is send the important deadlines and next steps template to your clients. So we turn everything in with an email template, and then we have a template that we send to our buyers that says, hey, here are the next important deadlines that you need. Our transaction coordinators do them. You could do them. We could send you the template that we use. But basically, it just outlines everything they need to do and when they need to do it by. So you're looking like a boss as the agent, like totally taking care of them, making them feel good, because at this point, they're excited but nervous. They don't know what's next.
Right.
They don't know what to do. So this is taking care of all of that for you. And I go back and I use that form to put those deadlines into my date book on my calendar. And then also if I ever need to check in and just see where we are, I've already got this created. So there's that. Next, you're going to, so here's what happens. Buyers are great because you get this under contract, but you've got like these milestones throughout, but sometimes there's a lull where you're just waiting. Right. And then they're just sitting there and you're just sitting there. So we want you to communicate on purpose until closing. So for us, that's a weekly update. I have a little Survey Monkey, outline, and then I basically every week just send that and I check in. Hey, we're 3 days out from needing our inspection to be due. And and it's the same thing, so I can just write notes on everything we need to get done before closing. And then I'm definitely touching base with them at least once a week. Sometimes I'll throw a video in there just so that they can see us, or see my face, and we can talk back and forth. But I think there's just this lull between pending and close. So make sure you stay on that.
Stay on it. And again, use your CRMs.
Yes.
Have just a
Yes,
little
yes,
follow-up
yes.
plan.
Little plans
that says,
So
hey,
easy. It's a reminder. And in those weekly updates, like just have that time set in your week, and then make sure you're checking in with not only the client, but also the lender, title company, anything that you need to have done, that you're doing it at a set time every week. So it's on track.
Yep.
And then pre-closing. So you need to prep your closing gift. So I don't know what happened there. I was
got
like
excited about it.
Yeah, well, I almost thought of like a little tune, and then I was like, no, that's not working. So I just went with random singing the word.
Isn't it
prep.
funny how things can happen in your mind while you're saying words?
Yes.
You're like, I'm going to go for this song. No, wait, no, I'm not. Oh, wait, we're
Yes.
already into the song. Now I need to wrap it up.
I'm committed.
Have
No,
you ever
I'm
been
in.
in a car accident, even if it was like a small one,
Yeah.
and time stop? I swear, for a moment, you're processing what you're doing while a bunch of things go through your mind in like a split second.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
And you look back and you're like, that was literally slow motion that I could process 2 things at once, and things are going through your head.
You know how you can avoid that?
Wear your seatbelt.
Drive safer,
Drive the speed
Megan.
Ooh.
That was my left hand. Had
I
that
mean,
been
he
my-
ripped her driving, and she
How
threw
many-
a ball at him. I think we got to fire it up.
Aw, dang it!
And Megan's awkward moment of the day. All right.
What? Quick
Okay.
poll.
Hold
quick
on,
poll.
Hold on a second.
Oh, Christian,
let's
for those that are at
board.
home and
Just
not watching
crush my
YouTube, we are
goals and
updating our
dreams.
board. It says days since
Right.
AMOTD, which is
Awkward moment of the day.
awkward moment of the day. And we've gone from 1
Back to
to a
0.
big fat 0.
We made it one whole day.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Quick poll. How many car accidents have you been in?
Ooh.
1, 2.
Jordy, how about you?
Obviously,
Jordy's
that's
walking
more
around.
than I'd
Jordy,
like.
you're youngest, so I feel like it's easiest to remember. 4?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think I'm
4 for
4.
Jordy. Megan's got 4.
I'm 6, I think.
6 for Terry. Christian, what do you got?
2, maybe.
Yeah, I think
He
I'm
is
about 2
a
as
driver,
well.
though. He's a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian races and drives and is skilled in that.
I would say 3 or 4 of the 6 were my fault.
Okay.
So about, I think a
you're
little
batting
bit
500.
more.
So
is
you might bring
on
the
me.
title. I think Terry's bringing the title home.
Yeah.
Because you're. How many were your fault?
One, I was with you. He was driving. Let's just go ahead and put that
Okay.
on his record.
Oh, that doesn't count as yours.
Oh, you just said how many were you in? So I just thought
no,
I was in
like
that.
you were
So,
driving.
I bumped somebody one time at a stop sign, and that was silly. Oh, I forgot another one. I had one, that was my fault, and then I had one in an intersection. I turned left and got smashed. That was my fault. And then 2 were natural disasters that I do not take blame. One was I hydroplaned into a ditch that then filled up with water and totaled
Whoa.
my car, which was crazy.
Okay, but hydroplaning's not a natural. I mean, that's you.
Oh,
That's
is
true.
that me?
You're driving too fast.
Well, you
No,
the accident.
it was my brakes and the,
the accident was
tires
your
and
fault.
the rain.
Oh,
and
I catch the natural
Yeah.
disaster.
The accident.
That's funny.
Accident was your fault. The water
Okay.
filling the car was Mother Nature.
Was Mother Nature.
And
It was
also,
kinda
for
funny.
those that aren't privy to that story, the fact that you sat in the car as
I
it was
did.
filling with water and people were like, "Are you okay?" You're like, "Just fine."
I didn't even know it was filling with water. I was waiting for my sister to come pick me up, and I was just in the car, and I was kind of hiding because people kept like coming up to the car, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, strange people." So I was kind of like
Maybe it's because you didn't
slumped.
get out, though.
Maybe.
They're like, is
maybe.
she trapped in there? Let's keep checking on her.
And then finally, when she got there, I saw her and I opened the door and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And it was crazy. But we'd already called the tow company and they just didn't make it in time to get it out before it filled up. Crazy, right?
Can I tell you a weird story about a car accident, a minor fender bender that I was in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, just to date it a little bit, it was when we were living in Broad Ripple. We were out of college. Broad Ripple's a section of Indy Town. I was returning a video to Blockbuster Video. You guys remember Blockbuster
Okay.
Video? I was returning a video. So I pulled up. I was just going to drop it in the outside thing. I pulled up just alongside the store. I didn't park in a space. I just pulled up alongside the thing, put the video in. While I'm coming back to the car, a woman didn't see that I had just stopped my car there.
no.
She backed into me.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing you can do. She gets out, we're talking and all that, and there's an old woman who is walking into the Blockbuster, and she looks over, and I swear to you, she looks at me and she says, "That wouldn't have happened if you weren't a wuss." And I was like,
What?
why am I was like, did you call me, why did she call me? I'm looking at the other lady, I'm like, did she call me a wuss? Because I guess she thought by not parking in a spot and
then-
walking that I was a wuss.
Stop it.
It was incredible. It was incredible. And I mean, like, old lady,
Stop.
brazenly at me, a 22-year-old strapping young man, calling me a wuss. And you know what?
Crazy.
She was right. She was right. All right,
That's
so that was a fun
insane.
aside.
Oh, I
I
think you
lost
have to
track
mine
on
by
where we
one.
were.
I just thought of one. I forgot.
Oh, you
about
gotta
it.
see.
Go.
Yeah.
They pop in.
Back when I had an appliance business, early
Yep.
90s,
Yep.
I had 4 of our best appliances stacked on my new truck, my new Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
This is not gonna
Stove,
end well.
washer, dryer, refrigerator.
Yeah.
Refrigerator sticking up. I go at an underpass at a restaurant where people and forgot they were in there, and it sounded like the second coming. It was like everything just scraped. It just as it went under, it scraped them off, and they fell right in front of the front door at MCL. If you guys remember MCL cafeteria,
Wow.
yeah, and it just tore the truck up. And people were just like, there were some people walking out, and they were just like,
Yep.
So I just put them back on.
I like that you forgot
Tied it
that
back
one.
down.
Like, that's probably the most significant one.
But it wasn't like it wasn't it was just like a,
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
mishap.
Yeah.
It wasn't I didn't hit any.
Yeah, it's not an accident. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. My dad listens to this show, so he's probably gonna email me later and be like, "Dude, you've been in like 7 accidents."
I know. I feel like the more we talk, the more are coming into my
you
head.
remember. I just remember one too. It's crazy.
Yep.
I had a stint of like 3-4 years, just like mid-college to a couple years after, that was just like
Yeah.
went through a couple cars and was just should say thanks for being alive.
It'll
still.
it'll
I
make
mean,
you gun shy out on the road.
Right.
Like
Yes, it will.
if you get rear-ended, all of a sudden you trust nobody. When you're
Yes.
stopped at a stoplight, you're like, oh, stop! Like you just get
Stop.
so nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last accident I had, was on black ice, and we spun out, and that was probably 15, 16
Yeah.
years ago.
Ew.
And I still freak out a little bit when
Yeah.
it's like a cold, rainy night.
You're like, ooh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. All right. Well,
Crazy,
I have
guys.
no idea where we are in the content right now.
let's
I'll just say
see.
that.
We're pre-closing.
Oh, you
Pre-closing.
prepped your closing gift.
Prep. Okay, you've got your gift. You've got your gift. You're confirmed. Everything's ready. Lender's ready. Paperwork's ready. All that. And then the big thing to get from this is to have another email template and another reminder to send a closing email. So about a week before closing, have something you send out to your buyers that says, "Hey, here's what you need to bring. Here's your utilities. Don't forget. Here's the time. Here's where you're going." Just so again, they're well in the loop. They know what's going on, and they love you forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Template
Yeah.
it up, man. We're so big on these
know,
email
there's-
templates. But
now
they
that
save so
I'm-
much time.
and they do.
And you know you're saying it the right way
look
with all the
good.
information they need. They look
Yes.
good. Write it once well
Yep.
and use it forever.
And if you have a really good CRM, you may have that template in your CRM,
Oh.
and all you got to do is fire it.
Yep.
That's right.
Boom. I love
That's it. That's
All
good.
right, so you've done all that. It is time
CRM
for
Rust
closing. It is time for closing, and so all you got to do is 2 key points. And remember, we're systemizing this. One is just bring that closing gift, and then any other closing paperwork or anything you need. And then 2 is make it memorable. This is a really
Yeah.
important moment for these people.
It
And
is.
even though you've done 17 closings that day, and you put it on Facebook that, hashtag blessed,
Hashtag
17
blessed.
closings
Just so
and
many closings.
4 buyers.
Thanks
and
for trusting me
I'm the
with the
greatest person
process.
ever.
It is, man. It's a real culture. Todd and I kind of getting a little bit angry now. Oh, it's good. It does.
They don't like it.
pet peeves.
No.
There's a lady.
Congrats to my buyer.
I can't even call her out right now because
Nope, don't.
word could get back. But there's a lady that we're not huge fans of. That's a realtor in the Indianapolis area.
Oh gosh, I'm separating myself from you
and
right
she-
now.
Friendly reminder,
she
this is a
totally-
public podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. But she
Great.
totally third. What's that called when you're talking third person? Third person.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She totally third personed herself several times during a text conversation, and like, it's just
What?
Like, I'll tell you guys more off air because I don't want to come back.
Can you do an example with your name right now, like how you would be communicating, or you'd be
Nah,
like,
because it'd be too obvious. to
okay,
her.
we'll talk off air. Sounds good. Sounds good. If you want to know more about that, email info at
Yes.
bloomrealestatepodcast.com.
But
Sorry.
with the closing gives, there's some really fun ideas that people do to make it memorable that I
Yes.
think you can have that going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we actually just invested in a bunch of coolers, like with our
yeah?
brand on them and
Oh, yeah.
everything. And so our plan is, and this is something Megan's been doing, and I love it, is basically she brings a cooler, and so it's got our brand on it and stuff, and it's going to be their closing gift is the cooler, which is nice. But she fills it with fun stuff, and one of them is like little champagne glasses and stuff,
Yeah.
so that as soon as everything's signed, everything's legal, and now it's okay to be drunk.
Yeah, don't open those early. The closer frowns
But
upon
she's
it.
like, all right, and the closer's going back to make copies. Guess what, guys? Congratulations. And she pulls out the bubbly and pops it. Then she shares
so
it
much
with everybody at
fun.
the table, asks them, and she always asks the other agent first if it's going to be okay to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
they always say yes. But it's as if anybody's been through a closing, sometimes they get boring.
Yeah.
And like, this is a great moment for you. And
Yeah.
you're
and
like,
it's
sorry, it's not more exciting.
anticlimactic. Yes.
So it's a fun spin, and then they get to keep the cooler,
Yep.
as part of a closing gift.
Yep.
That's
and it's
good.
fun, like the other agent and you like get to cheers to, and
yeah,
you say, and then
toast to
you
the
build
work
that.
and all that. Yeah,
it's
I
really
love it.
good.
That's
So-
good. I am super confident that you make that amazing. I'm nervous. Like I'm like, how would I do that?
Yeah,
like it's
how would
such
it
a
look?
different feel. Like it's such a different thing. But like it would be amazing. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're incredible at it.
I saw it from a lender did it one time at a closing, and I was like,
good.
"You're so smart. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
that's
that."
good.
And I've seen
It's
more
fun.
and more of your clients then will grab a selfie of
Yes,
you and them
that's
with
true.
champagne and keys.
That's
and then they phone it
true.
up.
So
Wow, that's good.
well, that's because they're
you guys should have a
inebriated by
podcast.
then.
You have such good
Thinking
ideas.
about
You
it.
should have a podcast. Have you thought about that?
I don't know. I'm
It's called
embarrassed.
Everybody But Terry.
How are we doing on time, Terry?
Speaking of drying my tears.
Oh,
Speaking of that,
All right, you want me to wrap this up?
Wrap it up.
All right, so after closing, there's a few super important things, and if I have to say there's anything important in this podcast, it's this one. So just listen to this part. It'll be fine.
This is key.
So after the closing is when most people lose track of their clients. And so this is so important. Okay, so first thing, send a closing email. And what we do is all the documents, we enter them in from closing, and then everything you had up until then, and we email them over and say, great, here's all of the documents you need. Save them onto your computer, put them wherever you need to. Here's a survey to tell us how we've done. And congratulations, that's amazing. So now you've gotten all of that. Survey Monkey, get your testimonials, see what you can do better. It's a really, really good thing to do with every transaction. And then you're going to enter them into the CRM, which you've already done. So really you're updating them with their anniversary date. You're upping them to a level 1 if you need to. Anything you need to do, put that in the CRM right now for them. You're going to send your referring party a thank you, a call, you take them out for coffee, whatever you're going to do, because it's closed now. Now that's a closed business that they gave you. You need to let them know and touch base with them again. And then the fun stuff. You set all of your follow-ups, your week, your year. You know how earlier we talked about 2 days, you touch base, 2 weeks, you touch base, 6 months. That's when you enter it in. It's all in there. You're ready to rock, and then stay in touch all the time.
Yeah.
Boom.
Good. That's good.
So good, guys.
Let's put this podcast to bed. Email info@boomrealestatepodcast.com. Check it out on YouTube. Check out the first 10 minutes on Facebook Live, Instagram. It's all there. It's all good.
Yep.
And we hope you're enjoying all these systems. We'll be back with more next time on the Boom Podcast. Woo! On the Boom Podcast.
On the boom with the Lord.
On the Boom Podcast.
It's the Boom Podcast.